So Maryland is preparing to loosen a lot of rules. It could bring us the closest we've been to normal in about a year. Governor Larry Hogan says capacity limits will no longer apply to restaurants, bars, gyms, and more. But that does not mean all counties will follow those rules. John Henry starts us off with everything you need to know.
Governor Larry Hogan says vaccinations in Maryland are way up while COVID cases are way down.
We are closer to that light at the end of the tunnel and a return to some sense of normalcy in our lives.
So he's allowing restaurants and bars to lift their capacity restrictions with some added rules. Gyms, religious facilities, and retail stores can do so too. Meanwhile, large indoor and outdoor venues can operate at 50%. Still, Hogan says it's up to counties to decide what's best for them.
The state law does grant local jurisdictions some powers to take actions that are more restrictive than the state is.
So far, only Washington County has told us it plans to follow the governor's guidance. Charles, Calvert, Frederick, Howard, and Montgomery have all told us they have yet to make a decision. Montgomery's health department even said it only learned of the governor's plans when he announced them to the public. Either way, service workers there want to see the county follow the state's lead, including those at Sapphire Cafe and Tiki Bar in Bethesda.
Montgomery County has been over stringent as opposed to the rest of the state's rules.
Michael Collins said he lost his job at the bar due to the lockdown. He says small businesses need the restrictions lifted now.
Businesses are dying. There's restaurants and bars that have been in this town for 40+ years that are now gone.
Now, if you happen to live in a county that will follow Governor Hogan's order, you can expect these new regulations to go into effect Friday at 5 p.m. John Henry, WUSA 9.